In this video, we are going to see about a research vulnerability tool, CVE. CVE stands for Common Vulnerability and Exposures. It is a standardized system used to identify and catalog known software vulnerabilities. CVEs provide a unique identifier for each publicly disclosed security vulnerability. CVE is managed by MITRE Corporation. Let's see about this tool CVE. Open Chrome, search for CVE. Then go to CVE homepage, search CVE list using CVE ID or keywords. Here we have some list of vulnerabilities. Click on specific records you needed. Then required CVE record information, its description, CVSS, score, severity, version and their vector string, product status, its vendor, their products and their platforms, then their versions, default status, affected and unaffected, their credits and then references. CVE serves as an indispensable tool in advancing vulnerability research, evaluating systematic identification, study and mitigation of security risk. We are going to see about another research vulnerability tool, CWE. CWE stands for Common Weakness Enumeration. It's a system for categorizing software weakness, enabling developers and security professionals to understand and mitigate them. Let's see about the tool CWE. Open Chrome, search for CWE and then go to CWE homepage. Search using CWE ID or keywords. Here are some list of vulnerabilities. Click on specific records you needed. CWE 219. Storage of file with sensitive data under web root. Their description, extended description, then common consequences, potential mitigations, their relationships, mode of introduction, applicable platforms, observed examples, their reference and descriptions, memberships, and there we have their nature, type, ID, name, then vulnerability mapping notes, taxonomy mappings, content history. In conclusion, CWE is a critical tool for fostering secure software development and enhancing global efforts to combat vulnerabilities, making it a cornerstone of proactive cybersecurity measures.
Video we are going to see about a research tool for security vulnerabilities. NVD or National Vulnerability Database is a US government database that tracks cybersecurity vulnerabilities in hardware and software. NVD helps identify weakness so you can understand what vulnerabilities are out there and take action to protect your systems. NVD gives details like unique IDs for each vulnerabilities, what the problem is, how dangerous it is, and how to fix it. Let's see how you can search for vulnerabilities on NVD. Open Google Chrome. Go to the NVD homepage. Use the search section and choose vulnerabilities CVE. Here you can adjust filters to narrow down your search, like search type, result type. Result type have overview and statistics. Overview shows a list of issues, and statistics gives a number or graphs about vulnerabilities. And here I search for Apache server and search type, etc. And click on search button. You will see a list of vulnerabilities matching your search. For each vulnerabilities, you will see a CVID and a description and severity ratings. And click on specific CVID to see detailed information. It shows a CV detail, description, description about the vulnerabilities, like what it affects and show it how it works and who can exploit it. And metrics, it shows how severe the vulnerabilities, usually with the score. References, this session provides links to other sources for more details like security advisors or patches. Weakness enumeration, this identifies the type of flaws, like how it happened and its specific cause. And change history, this shows updates or changes made to the vulnerability entry in the NVD database over time. Using NVD, you can stay up to date with vulnerabilities and take steps to protect your systems. It's an essential tool for cybersecurity research. We will see about another tool commonly used in vulnerability research management. CPE, Common Platform Enumeration, is maintained by the National Institute of Standards and Technology NIST and is commonly used in conjunction with the National Vulnerability Database NVD. CPE is commonly used in vulnerability research to help track which products are affected by security issues. Each product and versions of Windows, a specific web browser or a router gets a unique identifier called a CPE name. A CPE name follows a structured format to identify products like parts, vendor, product, version, update, edition, and language. For example, here CPE colon slash E slash A represents the application, and here Mozilla represents vendor, and Firefox represent product, and 92.0 represent the version of that product. Now we will see how to search in CPE. Open Chrome, search NVD, go to the NVD homepage. In the NVD, you can search for vulnerabilities, CPEs, CVEs, or use other filters related to security data. In the NVD, click on the search option and choose product CPE. You can search directly for the CPE names using the CPE name field, or you can use keyword uh, like Apache Web Server and click on submit. It will show a list of vulnerabilities linked to the CPE, and if you click on it, it will show a CPE summary like CPE name, components, and references. In CPE usage, click on view vulnerabilities. It will list NVD will list all vulnerabilities associated with that CPE like this. And here we can choose click on a specific CPE ID to see a detailed information. It will show descriptions about that vulnerability and show the description, metrics, references for the vulnerabilities, weakness enumeration, and etc. Using CPE, you can stay up to date with vulnerabilities and can take steps to protect your system. CPE tool is useful for anyone researching vulnerabilities to keep safe and updated.
ExploitDB is a database of exploits, which are code snippets that take advantage of vulnerability in software, hardware, or firmware. It's a resource for security researchers, penetration tester, and vulnerability accessor. ExploitDB is a resource for security researchers and professionals. Use it responsibly and ethically. Always verify the accuracy and reliability of exploit code before using it. Never use exploit code to attack or harm other systems without their explicit consent. And now search for a vulnerability in search bar. Type as a word for demo. I type as a WordPress vulnerability. Now it displays the exploit detail. Click on exploit result to view its details. Click on the link and then verify them and review the exploit description, code and comments and then download it. ExploitDB is a valuable resource for security research, penetration tester and vulnerability accessors. ExploitDB CVSS is a scoring system used to access the severity of cybersecurity vulnerability. It helps organizations prioritize vulnerability for remediation. CVSS version 3.0 calculator is a tool used to calculate the severity score of a vulnerability based on several metrics. Now let me select the attack vector and explain them as follows. Network means vulnerability can be exploited over a network. Adjacent means vulnerability can be exploited from an adjacent network. And local means vulnerability can be exploited locally. And physical means vulnerability can be exploited physically. Now let me explain attack complexity and explain them as follows. Low means the attack is easy to carry out and high means difficult to carry out. Now let me explain the privileges required and explain them as follows. None means no privileges are required to exploit and low means low privileges are required to exploit and high means high privileges are required to exploit. Now let me select the user interaction and explain them as follows. None means no user interaction is required and required means user interaction is required. Now I display a demo here. Let's see it. I click it as an attack vector as a network and attack complexity as a low and privileges required as a none and user interaction as a none and scope selected as unchanged and confidentially integrity and availability as a high and I have obtained the result with a critical 9.8.